Hi, my name is Caleb Simmons. I'm a student athlete here at San Jose State University. I play on the men's basketball team, and I'm proud to serve on several committees for the university. The Student Athletic Advisory Committee, I'm on the executive board, and I'm the Community Outreach Chair. I'm also a part of the Mountain West SAC Committee Board. I'm a prayer leader for Called Up. Here on campus, it is our extension of Christian athlete leadership. I'm on the Associated Student Committee for the university. We engage in conversation with the deans of all of our colleges. I'm also a proud member of SJ Speaks Up, a student athlete-led organization here, and I'm a member of Athletes for Changes, a social media platform aimed to be another avenue for change in society. I'll be presenting Enacting Change with Sport Activism as a Black student athlete. My research question is, what are ways minority student athletes can get involved with sport activism? Here's a picture of myself with Dr. Harry Edwards back in 2019. Dr. Edwards and I talked about a lot of ways sport and society intertwine and how the needle for activism has been moved to athletes being in the forefront of having the perfect platform to enact change. My scholarly inspiration is right here. This has been my means of research. As documented in the work of Dr. Harry Edwards, the sociology of sport has been able to engage diversity and social interactions to bring minorities to the forefront of athletics. Through sport, we know that sport and society are very similar from his perspective. A book that I read that gave me a lot of insight is The Struggle That Must Be, a piece from Dr. Harry Edwards. I read it to give myself more knowledge on what exactly Dr. Harry Edwards did to be engaged in bringing Black athletes to the forefront of sports, so that equal opportunities presented themselves for Black people and Black athletes in the world of sport. This is also an insight on the ways that sport is another microcosm of society. Dr. Edwards used sport to highlight the issue of racial justice and equal opportunities. Through this reading, readers will find how sport is another realm that encompasses similar types of inequality that exist in society. The work of Dr. Carter-Francique has been pivotal for my knowledge. Through her research and lived experiences, and I can conversation with many people like myself, it's been such a blessing to be able to learn and understand a lot from her. So with this picture, we see that this is not a new struggle. This was given to Jackie Robinson before his first game in 1947, April. The issue of race has negatively affected minorities in the major sport leagues in America since its inception and continues to this day. Jackie Robinson was the first to break the color barrier for the MLB, reiterating that this is not a new fight for Black athletes. Athletes have been able to engage in sport activism from different perspectives, such as educating others, advocating for legislation, reform, demonstration with different forms of protest, public and social media presence has been pivotal in this day and age of 2020. Research, providing resources, and engaging in community service work. The various perspectives matter because this shows that there is more than one way to do something, to be involved, to literally be an activist. Through my own engagement in the community service events with the African American Community Service Agency of the Bay Area, in Phoenix, with public demonstration and protests, talking in the mainstream media, I led a protest with my former high school coach, Gino Crump, to bring attention to the problems of racial inequality, racial injustice at a pivotal moment after the murder of George Floyd. The importance of educating people around us on this cruel reality of society and how people that are not affected can help is very important. Creating events with my peers to raise money for the movement has really been my most cherished, thing I've done in 2020. Most notably, June 8th, fellow student athlete Natasha Harris and I played an intricate role as proud members of Athletes for Change. We raised $79,000 to help our cause of doing our part in this battle with racial injustice and unrest. This has elevated my awareness of the matters minorities deal with in America, while being able to educate others around me has been the forefront in my work while being a sport activist. Engaging in webinars with my peers, talking about the problems of society, sport, and explaining how they intertwine was a big piece of what I did over the quarantine and this past summer, 2020. It has also continued since coming back to campus this fall. I've been able to network with the right people to get the opportunity to learn from people like Dr. Harry Edwards, and the surreal opportunity to foster a relationship with one of the best, Dr. Carter-Francique. Social media, everything right now is virtual in this world of 2020 and the COVID pandemic. Social media has allowed me to engage in opportunities that can reach a lot of people. With athletes, this platform has really played a significant role with the interaction with sport activism since 2020 really started. Basically, the fact that virtual reality allows us to engage with a lot of people in a very quick manner has really manifested a lot of education, change, reform, and I think it'll only increase the ability to talk to more people in no time. And thank you for listening. This is my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it.